Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Watson Stadium. It is time for the NMAA 5A semifinals between the top-ranked Hobbs Eagles and the number 4-seeded Centennial Hawks. Alongside Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us on a, so far, very pleasant evening, although the front blowing through could change that at some point. So looking forward to a good one here between two teams looking to punch their ticket into the state championship round on Saturday. For the Hobbs Eagles, they come in at 21-0 on the season, and they are the number one team in Class 5A and the number one team regardless of class in the state of New Mexico under first-year head coach Reyes Marquez. For the Centennial Hawks, they come in at 16-3-2. They are the fourth-seeded team in these playoffs under head coach Daniel Loya. Now, Dawn, these two teams did meet, but it was quite a while ago. It was actually back in September the 12th, so basically 2 months ago, and quite the barn burner as it was a 3-2 matchup in that one. Centennial took that one as deep as you could go, and Hobbs is, I think, going to be coming in going, all right, we don't want it to be that close.
Right. Well, you don't want to have to sweat it quite that much, right? But you do want both teams to play their best. You want to see good soccer, great soccer. At the semifinal, level in the state tournament, you expect nothing less than two teams to really battle it out. So we could see, who knows? I mean, both these teams, have a lot of offense, and they're accustomed to, scoring quite a bit, and but they have good defenses, and they're accustomed to keeping and holding the teams, to fewer goals. So these teams come in and they are very even, on paper, and of course even very much so in their previous matchup. So tonight it should be a really good one. Hobbs is going to have to fight, work really hard to come out on top, but I know that's what they're prepared to do.
Well, and they certainly are. Hobbs comes in with a 4-goal per game average and just giving up about 3/4 of a goal a game. Actually, it's about 0.8 now after that 2 goals they gave up against Gadsden when we saw them here earlier this week. For Centennial, they're averaging about 3.5 goals per game, and they're giving up just under a goal a game as well. For Hobbs tonight, going to be very important to shut down Evan Kranzel and also Santiago Martinez. They are their two main strikers, each averaging over a goal a game, and when you've got a team that's averaging 3.4 and 2.2 of those goals are coming out of two players, if you can shut those down, I think going to be very important. Now, their goalkeeper, Walden Thomas, though, is stopping about 90% of the shots that he faces, and I think that's going to be very important tonight, too. Diego Castanon has not faced nearly that many shots for the Hobbs Eagles this season. His save percentage is only slightly over 80%, about 83% when you break it all down that way. So
what Hobbs is going to want to do is try to force Centennial to be on defense more of the time, not let their offense launch as many attacks on goal and shots on goal, since if you look at the save percentage, we're slightly behind in that statistic. So trying to keep Centennial from trying to score as much, from taking that many shots on goal, because it's a game of percentages. That's going to be key tonight. But while Hobbs is doing that, they want to launch and be aggressive with their own offense, attack, and man, they had a lot of shots on goal against Gadsden. Now, they managed to put in 4 of those, but they took a lot of shots, and that's great. The more shots you're taking, that means the more that you're controlling the ball, possessing the ball, keeping it on offense, and keeping it out of your opponent's offense.
Well, and they sent 21 shots on goal, on target in that game, and as you mentioned, 4 of them finding the back of the net, and that was very important, to keep the pressure up. One thing that we've noticed that Hobbs will definitely do as they continue on, they want to be on the attack.
Yes.
They want to keep things in their opponent's defensive zone, and they want to keep the pressure up. Now, a lot of times that will involve bringing in an extra striker, an extra attacker, bringing up one of the midfielders so they can continue that pressure. The only downside to that, though, is sometimes they'll get one kicked away, and there's a forward back bird dogging who has a chance at a breakaway against a slightly lighter Hobbs defense than he might otherwise face.
And we saw that a couple of times with Centennial. They were able to do that and to make a quicker transition from defense to offense than Hobbs was, and to break away, to get alone or almost alone and head toward the goal and take a shot, and it worked for them one of those two times. So that's something that again, and that's a chance you take. That's why it's always okay, do we go more offensive? Do we get more strikers and leave the backfield open a little more? Do we keep more in the midfield to be able to go either way, offense, defense, and make a quicker transition? Or are we going to really stack the back? I mean, that's always how your strategy. That's always the big question. What strategy are we going to use against this team we're facing?
Well, and I think the strategy today needs to be just about what it was against Anthony Gadsden. It is go on the attack, stay on the attack, send as many shots on net, on goal as you can, and some of them are going to find their way through and try and create chaos in front of the net. Two of those goals that Hobbs scored back on Saturday, it was an absolute traffic jam in front of the net, and balls found their way through. Joshua Chavez, who is Hobbs' leading scorer, he got one of those goals. Jorge Martinez chipped in a goal. Alexis Sanchez, also one of Hobbs' big scorers, he got a goal in that game, as did Juan Camano. So Hobbs has the ability to get the strikers in and to get them shooting. And you got to keep that. One thing to keep in mind, though, is you've got those shooters on the other end who can also give you fits if they can find a little bit of room and a little bit of space.
Right, and when you've got shots headed toward goal, you want as many people. Right, you want to create some screens, and then you also want some players there in case of deflections or a case to get a header in, or to be able to take a pass or deflection and get a second shot on goal while you're there, or at least create as many scoring opportunities while you're there as you can. So, we've got the teams that are lined up, ready. I think we're going to be doing the national anthem here pretty soon. Yeah,
I believe we are, so we will go ahead and take a timeout and come back with the kickoff of this one. This is the 2023 NMAA Boys 5A State Tournament, presented tonight from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports under rights granted and purchased from the New Mexico Activities Association by New Walmart Broadcasting and New Walmart Digital Solutions, and also granted by the Hobbs Municipal Schools. So the teams heading out to midfield will take a timeout, come back and kick this one off. It's Hobbs Soccer from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Knowledge is the power to see more, do more, and be more. As one of the most affordable universities in the Southwest, Eastern New Mexico University has helped thousands of people just like you earn a degree. Spring 2024 at ENMU is the perfect time to get started with affordable tuition, great scholarships, and a wide range of in-person or online classes. Learn your power. Apply today for spring 2024 at enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
You've just changed the light bulb in the pantry to an Energy Star energy-efficient LED bulb, one that uses up to 90% less energy than a regular old incandescent bulb and saves you more than $55 over its lifetime. You just saved energy and money and did the environment a solid. What's next? Organizing the pantry? It's suddenly so well lit. Find our LED discounts at excellenergy.com/lighting deals. Excel Energy.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jow, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
And welcome back to Hobbs Eagles Soccer here from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Alongside Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. The winner of this match will go on to face tonight's winner of Atrisco Heritage and La Cueva. That game getting underway in Albuquerque. Matter of fact, probably right about now. So how did we get here? The Hobbs Eagles defeated Gadsden in the quarterfinals back on Saturday afternoon, 4-2 in a tough-fought match. But Hobbs coming out on top of that one, 4-2. For Centennial, they had to go up against Volcano Vista and got the 2-1 win in the quarterfinals there. Hobbs will be in the home black kits, the all-black unis with the white letters and numbers, the white sleeves, and the gold trim. For the visiting Hawks of Centennial High, they will be in the road white kits, the red pants, white jerseys, with red letters and numbers. So 16-3-2 under head coach Daniel Loya. Those are the Centennial Hawks. They are the number 4 seed for the Hobbs Eagles under head coach Reyes Marquez, 21-0, and they are the number 1 seed. So getting ready to kick this one off, and should be an exciting match tonight here at Watson Stadium.
Yep. Hobbs soccer boys are hunting the state championship, but they have got to get through this team first, and this is going to be a very important match tonight, and hopefully a really good one.
And their first, if they could go on and win the state championship, would be their first in 25 years. 1997, the last time and the only time the Hobbs Eagles won the title. So it looks like Centennial will control the ball first. In the cage for the Hobbs Eagles is Diego Castanon, the junior keeper. In the cage for Centennial will be Walden Thomas, their sophomore keeper. And off of the original kickoff, it goes into the Hobbs defensive zone, but they'll take it back and they'll start their move up. And it's just playing at the midfield as they continue just to bat it around. A lot of headers right there, as Hobbs will try and clear it out and settle it down. Ferrafino onto the far side.
The ball was spending a lot more time in the air for a while than it was on the ground.
Yes, it was. Hobbs taking it up the far left wing as that one will go bouncing softly. And then a slide tackle on the far side by one of the Hawks. Hobbs will maintain control. They try and get something going across the middle. A trap set as that a centering pass. It'll go in. Hobbs not able to capitalize on it. Then a slide tackle and a Hawk goes flying, and it will be a free kick for Centennial.
Right, that ball goes all the way behind the goal.
So
touched out, sent back in.
That one comes in. Centennial will have a free kick as Hobbs will drop back on defense and prepare. Centennial will send it back into play onto the foot of Diego Valenzuela. Valenzuela feeds it forward and into the Centennial bench. It'll go over to the Eagles as Villalobos will throw in from there. Centennial playing tight man defense at this point. When Hobbs goes on the attack, they're shifting into a zone, and we'll have out of bounds and stays Hobbs' ball right between the benches at midfield. Villalobos to toss it in as he'll throw that in as it goes off the head of one of the Eagles. That was Camacho as it'll head into the middle of the field. A battle going on for it, and just a little pump and a kick, and Centennial racing the Hobbs Eagles as that one will go out of bounds and last touched by one of the Eagles. But that was a good defensive stand there by Zane Brilliant. I love that name. The senior defenseman, as he stayed step for step with
number 14 for us.
With Camacho.
Right.
So it'll be Centennial ball as they bring it out off of the throw-in. Hobbs bringing a little bit of backfield pressure. Centennial going to try and find a little room as they'll just move it out with Valenzuela. Valenzuela, a long crossfield pass, partially blocked as it will go heading out on the far sideline, and last touch by Centennial. So the throw-in will be for the Eagles. Villalobos will toss it in over the head of everybody, and it'll come off the foot of one of Centennial's players as colliding in the middle of the field are Seriano and Chavez. And onto the far side of the field, Hobbs will boot it deep into the zone. It'll be off the chest, but right onto the foot of one of the Eagles as looking for it is Camano. Sends a goal in and just wide of the net. Camacho put the shot on net, but it was just wide.
Oh, so close, but that got the Hobbs crowd up and going.
And a pretty good crowd on hand here tonight for this semifinal matchup. So Hobbs has their first shot on goal as that one will go bouncing out at midfield. And it will stay in the possession of the Centennial Hawks. Josiah Herrera on the throw-in. Herrera gets it back, and he'll move it into the backfield. Hobbs bringing the pressure up. Herrera trying to find a little room. He'll come near side and onto the foot of Davia. Davia, though, gets the ball stolen away by Villalobos. Villalobos doing a little fancy footwork to try and stay with it, and Davia will kick it out into his own bench, and so now it will be Nathan Villalobos to throw it in. So onto the foot of Camacho. Camacho takes it all the way across the field and into the middle, and a tie-up at around the 40-yard mark. That's the 30-yard line on the American football pitch.
A lot of one-on-one battles here.
Yes, there is. As Furafino to Camacho, but they'll lose it, and it'll go back over to Centennial as Valenzuela will control it. He'll send it to one of his guys over on the right wing, and then a long outlet pass trying to get Davia, as that one will be run down by one of the Eagles. But Davia is right there to try and take it away, and it'll go out, and that should be a corner kick for Centennial unless they touched it last. I thought the official signaled Centennial ball, but they changed it. Okay, it'll be Hobbs ball. So the free kick for the Hobbs keeper, Castanon. Actually, he'll let one of his running buddies toss that one back in. And it'll go on to the foot of Josh Chavez. Been keeping a pretty close eye on Chavez, not giving him a lot of room to work, but they'll find him on the far left side.
He's really quick, super quick.
Yes, he is. He's Hobbs' leading scorer and their leading striker. So bouncing, trying to get into the middle, a little miscommunication and stolen away by the Hawks. So to Davia, he'll send it back to one of his defensemen. That was Herrera. And then back over to Valenzuela.
Centennial's not being super aggressive. They're just kind of possessing the ball.
Good passes. They will take it into the Hobbs offensive zone. A little stop and go as Krenzel with it, loses it off of his foot. Centennial controls, though. Going to try and find something in the middle. A centering pass, and Hobbs steals it away. Good defensive move for the Eagles to take it back under intense pressure in the backfield by Humberto Hernandez.
Well, they're just going to let it go out.
So it'll go out right at midfield off of the Eagles, but the first good pressure applied by Centennial. 34 minutes remaining in the first half of play. No score in this 5A semifinal matchup.
But Centennial has been happy just to try to possess a ball, to just pass it and move the ball around and try to keep it out of the hands of Hobbs and away from Hobbs.
For the most part, being very patient. A long inlet pass. That one will go bouncing out, and coming out and grabbing it himself will be Thomas out of the cage. So Thomas will send it back into play for the Hawks. A battle of the Raptors today, Hawks and Eagles.
Right.
The Eagles, the king of the Raptor, but the Hawks not too shabby themselves, at least ornithologically. And there's my big word for the day. So a battle right at midfield as Nathan Jorge Martinez takes it. So Hobbs trying to get it in and just bounced away by Krenzel, who back to assist in defense.
Good takeaway.
Yes, it was. Hobbs looked like they might be able to get another shot going. both teams really kind of just feeling each other out at this point. Quick, crisp passing. I think that could be the buzzword in the first 7 minutes of this one for Centennial. When they've controlled it, they've been content to do a lot of passing, and they've, for the most part, been pretty good.
And I think their game plan is keep it out of the Hobbs' hands. Keep Hobbs from mounting, possessing the ball, mounting, being aggressive and attacking the goal. That's what Centennial's doing.
And
they're not mounting their own. They're being really, really patient until they get a good shot and breakaway to be able to take it. And other times they're just keeping it away from Hobbs.
And a little oopsie, and Hobbs will take it away and boot it out of harm's way as Santiago Martinez goes down. Really his first extended control of the match. But, yeah, you're right.
Ball
just plain
control,
keep away. And when Centennial doesn't have the ball on defense, they're trying to clog up the passing lanes. And has thus far done a pretty good job.
Just make Hobbs come and chase them and try to get the ball away. They're keeping Hobbs on the defense.
They're deep in the Hobbs defensive zone. Centennial will control it with Valenzuela. Valenzuela with a long bouncer that'll go wide to the left and out. So back to the Eagles. A little sustained pressure here for Centennial.
Yeah, they finally just got a little offensive rhythm and passed up and took a shot, certainly from a distance, but.
So now Hernandez to send it back into play. 31.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. No score of the 5A semifinals. Winner moves on to the match Saturday evening at UNM. So on the inbound, Hobbs has it, and another long inlet pass. As Thomas will come out of his cage, and he'll just take it himself and put it back into the play with his defenseman. Sending it all the way back up to middle field. Not an Eagle within 15 yards of it. Hobbs just moving around as Davila will control midfield, then send it back to Valenzuela, and then to Herrera in front of the Hobbs bench. Feed it up forward as Villalobos will work against Martinez. Martinez will have to send it away. Hobbs is playing a zone, and that's leaving some of the guys open. And a bouncer towards the net. This could be trouble. Centennial trying to find a little room to work, and a block by Hernandez deep inside the goal area and out. Centennial still looking for their first shot, but now they'll have a golden opportunity as they've put on a lot of pressure in the last 5 minutes, and now they'll have a corner kick. Wow, they didn't really do much on a set play there, as they'll send that one towards the middle.
Whoa.
And boot it in, and a big save as the first shot on goal will come in for the Eagles. And the first save by Diego Castanon is that shot right in the middle by Kranzel.
Wow, nice save.
And a collision between one of the Hawks and one of the Eagles behind the goal line.
One of the Eagles down, but
That's
back
Hernandez. He's up. He's doing all right.
Right.
Clock stopped for the injury with 30 minutes and 6 seconds to go. They should be restarting this clock now.
I think they will as soon as the
Yeah, they got
the
it
ball.
restarted now.
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
okay. There we go. To Hernandez, and he'll send one skittering onto the far sideline. Hobbs moving from the south to the north here in this first half and trying to get a little run up the left wing and boot it away and back to Centennial's control.
During all this time, I mean, Centennial's had the ball more than Hobbs. The clock is running, though. They're kind of eating clock and keeping the ball out of Hobbs, keeping them on defense instead of letting Hobbs be aggressive and mount. And so far, Hobbs is not really pushing back any. And maybe Hobbs is thinking, well, we're just going to let them wear themselves out, maybe wear them down. Centennial may be thinking, we're going to keep it out of their offense's hands and wear them down. So we'll see what happens here.
Into the offensive zone come the Eagles, a slide tackle and putting it off of the foot into Sanchez, and he will kick it, and it is off of the goal, and no good.
Whoa, that was so close. Thought that was
Chavez
gonna,
had the shot.
Yeah, and I thought it was going to hit the actually hit the pole at the back of the net and bounce out, but it did not.
Hit the crossbar. How many times did we see that against Gadsden both ways?
Both ways, at least 2 or 3 times.
Villalobos off of the chest as he will work back in front of his own bench as he battles against Victor Rios for Centennial. Rios to Martinez. And a nifty little move there by Deton Valenzuela, who will take it all the way across and then put it over to the far side. And with the pass up the right wing, trying to get it into the middle. And the ball still bouncing around. Hobbs will finally control it.
Centennial with excellent foot skills, excellent. Just they pass very well. They're smooth and very sure-footed. And Hobbs is no slouch in that department either. But boy, I tell you what, Centennial's really displaying that early on in this match here.
Hobbs just looking a little out of sorts here early as Joshua Chavez battles, and Hobbs will try and put it into the middle, and we've got a bouncing ball. It is free, and put it in, and light the lamp off of the foot of Juan Camacho. Gets the goal at 27:41 of the first period, and the Hobbs Eagles take the early 1-0 lead, and all that came as Chavez was battling on the far side. I believe that was Valenzuela over there, and Valenzuela thought he had it, and it just skittered through and running out to try and make the play very aggressive for Walden Thomas, and onto the foot of Juan Camacho, and he said, okay, you're going to give me an open goal, I will take it, and put the ball in the back of the net, light the lamp. The Eagles are up 1-0.
Beautiful work, beautiful teamwork there by Hobbs. When they saw the chance, they took it. They put that together so neatly and took advantage of it.
Bouncing ball deep into the Eagles zone.
Yeah, in great fashion, and that really was a really nice setup, and Hobbs showing that, well, hey, we don't have to come out and possess the ball and be so aggressive. We just need to take the best shot we've got when we have it and make it count, and that's what they did.
Yeah, taking advantage of a Centennial error. Sorry, swallowed a little bit funny there. As the ball will go back into play, it'll be deep in Centennial zone again, as Thomas will come out and just have to boot it away. Back out into the midfield. Centennial trying to regroup now, and I think Hobbs maybe smell a little blood in the water. Their energy level has picked up.
It has definitely gone up. I mean, they're very energized, very aggressive now. Now they're on offense. Now they're attacking. Now they're setting up.
Baron
now
DeFurafino and a long shot in, and Franklin's shot is going to be saved by Thomas. His second save of the match. Hobbs' third shot on goal.
Nothing succeeds like success.
So now Centennial going to try and settle things down. Victor Rios with it as he'll run, and he'll get a little room, and a nice slide tackle on the near side by Hernandez, one of the better Hobbs defenders. Hernandez, the senior defenseman.
Yep, a lot of good experience there in leadership.
Hobbs trying to get back to the state championship game as Martinez will control it, as Centennial going to try and set the offense. As a bouncing pass, Valenzuela to Valenzuela on the far side to Davia, and then it'll go out. Nobody in the neighborhood. It'll be Hobbs. As Adrian Sanchez will go over to pull the trigger on the inbound.
Of course, that state championship soccer match is set for November 11th at UNM Soccerplex in Albuquerque.
It will be Saturday afternoon. We will not have that game. We are not allowed to do video streaming at the state championship game. The NMAA has their own streaming service for that, but we are here tonight as here's a breakaway opportunity. The Eagles looking for it, and a whistle sounds away from the ball, and we'll have a foul away from the ball. Hobbs with a golden opportunity to put a second one on the board, but a foul called on the Eagles, which will put it back onto the foot of the Hawks. As Camacho had another golden opportunity there. But somebody behind the play committing the foul. So now Centennial trying to settle things down and trying to pick their own energy up. Still a long way to go in this one. As Herrera will take it as we click down. Under 25 minutes remaining in the first half. 1-0, Hobbs in the lead. And on the throw-in for Centennial, it'll be Valenzuela. From left of his own bench, deep in the Hobbs defensive zone. Centennial trying to go on the offense here as that one kicked away. Valenzuela to inbound it again. Hernandez leaves it off for Valenzuela.
And it'll just be a throw-in.
And tosses it towards the back line and
It'll
out it
go
goes.
out.
So not sure what he was thinking there, but Hobbs has picked up that goal, energized the entire team.
Yeah, it's like sticking the finger in a light socket. Just business came alive.
As Barron will send it in after subs come in for Centennial. Waiting to check in will be Rafael Marceau. I hope I'm saying that right. Marceaux.
Maybe Marceau.
As the Eagles will send it back into the field to play. Another long bouncing ball as going for it is Sanchez as he gets held up, tripped up. Now a couple of Hawks
Beautiful
on
work.
him as he will send it back, though.
He maintained possession in the face of three defenders on that. That's amazing.
Yes, it was. Good hustle and a long shot in and a save made by Walden Thomas on the long bad angle kick. But sometimes those will go in too. As the turf monster sends down one of the Hawks. So back to Hobbs. Camacho with it, working the near side. He'll send a bouncer over towards Thomas, who will come out.
You take those when you've got them a lot of times, because if you don't have anybody up there near the net anyway, you never know what can happen. Goalies trip, they slip sometimes, and that happens. Even on what should be an easy save, sometimes things happen, and you take that shot anyway.
As we click down towards the halfway portion of this first half of play, Hobbs leading 1-0 on a goal at 27:41 by Juan Camacho. So into the middle of the field with Valenzuela trying to weave his way through Eagle defenders. Sends it over onto the far right wing. Now coming back into the middle with Martinez. Martinez facing two Eagles. Going to bring it out into the middle, leave it off for one of his teammates. Now they're going to try and get a man up the left side. That is Rios. Sends the shot over the head and over the goal. I think Castanon got a paw on that one, so we'll count it as a shot and a save.
Mm-hmm. It was looking high, but it still good save, good positioning.
So sending it back into play for the Eagles will be Juan Camano. Love it that we have Camacho at 14 and Camano at 15. Now Camano will send it in. And Centennial will control it at the midfield. Now they'll take it back into the Hobbs offensive zone, trying to find a little bit of a soft spot. A pretty good battle going on. The 35-yard mark, then onto the near side. Saved before it went out by Herrera. Herrera centering pass.
Ooh.
And Hobbs going to take it away, and Camano just going to boot it out of harm's way and into the Centennial bench.
Well, one of the coaches there.
Villalobos will send it right back out. Now it'll be Rios to send it in. Bouncing ball to Valenzuela.
Centennial being a lot more aggressive here.
Down 1-0, and we'll have a foul called on Hobbs, and that'll mean a set play on that far side for Rafael Marceau.
Yeah, it was a kick in the shins, a little bit of almost a trip.
Actually, pardon me, that's Diego Valenzuela, 7, not 17. It is a long way across Watson Stadium.
It is.
So we'll have the free kick, which Valenzuela will send in. As a golden opportunity from less than 30 yards out here for Centennial. 20 minutes exactly remaining here in the first half, plus stoppage time. Hobbs leads 1-0. As Valenzuela proceeds to send it in, sends it towards net, as that one is going to bounce out, and a nice move, but dangerous by Castanon as it will bounce away and get over. That one was dangerous. Castanon came into a whole bunch of traffic and got a hand on it.
He's not afraid. He comes out of the box a lot.
He is very aggressive. To the near side with Rios as he'll send the centering pass, but nobody home. And Hobbs will just boot it out of harm's way back towards midfield. Working in the center of the field is Sanchez, bouncing ball. As he's going to work with Furfino. Furfino brings it to the near side. Send a bouncer as Barron trying to get to it. Barron inside 10 yards. Nifty little move. Tries to take it in. Is pushed, and then that one will go out the back line. And it should be a free kick, a corner kick for Hobbs. So now Hobbs with an opportunity to do a set play in front of the net.
Let's see who's going to kick that for us.
As Barron putting on tremendous pressure, Centennial not letting him, a little pushing and shoving going on there.
Right.
And Alexis Sanchez will be the one that sends it in from the corner. Sanchez is another guy averaging almost a goal a game. He is the leading Hobbs assist man. And on the free ball in, the ball goes right into the middle. Centennial trying to bounce it away and bump it away. And we will have a whistle and a foul called on Hobbs. So free kick for Centennial.
And they just boot it away quickly. Get it out of harm's way, out of the zone.
Well, they'll move it back out. Still in their own end of the field. Hawks ball.
As they're just going to be content to slow things down a bit here.
Yes.
Try to, anyway.
Barron
Hobbs,
tries
but
to split
Hobbs
through 3 Hawks.
back on the offense.
And gets the ball taken away as Rios will bring it up the left wing. Sends it into the middle, and Hobbs just going to boot it back out. Onto the foot of Rios. Or pardon me, that's Valenzuela. 3 and 8 sometimes look a little similar depending on how the shirts are crinkling. He'll bounce it to the near side. That is Rios from Valenzuela.
Ooh.
Battles Barron, and it goes out and stays Centennial ball.
They get it in quickly.
They do. They don't waste much time. Martinez looking for a little room in the middle of the field. Hobbs is going to drop back and put 5 guys lined up. So he'll have to rethink that as he'll squirt through and go into the goalie box, trying a wide-angle shot, and Martinez mad at himself, but casting on with his 4th save of the night.
Nice. Casting on again, coming up, gauging that kick very well, intercepting that at the right time.
And he'll send the kick back out to midfield as it'll bounce around and go out. Hobbs ball. And Villalobos will come back to pull the trigger on the inbound. 17 minutes to go, first half. Hobbs leading 1-0 here in the 5A semifinals. Winner moves on to Saturday afternoon in Albuquerque. Those side out. Centennial ball deep in their own zone. And on the throw-in, a nice little screen from Martinez. But Hobbs going to stay on him. Hobbs looking at a 4-4-2. Now they're on the defenses. They'll send a bouncer. Ferrafino with it. Turns around. Comes back towards the middle. And a save and in.
Beautiful.
No, it bounces off of the bottom of the crossbar. And that is 2 for the Eagles, and finally going to be cleared away as Chavez got a shot on it. Ferrafino got a shot on it.
And that looked like it was going in. It looked so good. And we've got somebody down. We've got a Centennial player down.
And one of these Centennial players actually got a save on one of those shots. And that was a hard ball put in by Chavez. So Centennial going back and helping out. Saw that against Gadsden, too. And the Centennial player up. And
it's a good pass by Hobbs and a really nice attempt on goal. Really good assist. What would have been an assist and a goal, but it just becomes close.
Bottom of the crossbar for the second time.
Right.
Acts as a second goaltender. So the ball will come back out to midfield. Should, as Hernandez has the ball, and getting some words from one of the officials. It should be Hobbs' ball. As the official will take the ball from Umberto. Looks like he will put it maybe right at midfield. 16-11 remaining in the first half of play. Hernandez comes near side to Villalobos. He'll send it back to Hernandez, who has a little trouble corralling it, has to chase it back. A little pressure from Martinez. Now Hobbs trying to find some room to run. Long inlet pass, trying to get it to Chavez, but it'll come to Barron. Bouncing ball inside the 20-yard mark and booted away, and out will be Hobbs' ball. And it'll be Villalobos to send it in for the Eagles. As checking in for Hobbs, Omari Patton will come in for Barron. An extra big body and a pretty good striker in there on the attack and on the throw-in off of the header going towards the middle. It'll be cleared out and cleared away. by Centennial, but Hobbs immediately sends it back into the danger zone. Pretty good battle with Sanchez on the far side. Sanchez battles with Rios. This will come on to the foot of Alexis Sanchez for the Eagles. He's trying to find her some room, makes a nifty little move, gets it to Sanchez. Then centering pass, but nobody home that was wearing black and gold. Instead, now the red and white will have a, not quite a breakaway, but a chance with it. And whoa, we're going to have a shoulder tackle as Jorge Martinez with a tackle on Evan Krenzel that would basically have made Coach Stevens happy. He may be getting a call from Coach Stevens for their game in Rio Rancho on Friday with a shoulder tackle like that. And so it'll be Centennial ball with Valenzuela on the free kick as they will send a high one towards the net. An easy stop there for Caston on his 5th of the match. The Hobbs faithful
appreciating that effort.
Appreciating that.
Definitely.
So Patton, as Hobbs will swipe it into the middle of the field. Little give and go. Back to Patton. He's got good speed. He goes over the left side. Caught up with by Marceau. Patton and Marceau tying it up over on that far sideline. And it'll come free and a whistle sounds, and they are going to call Patton for a foul.
And the Hobbs faithful not liking that at all. And you've got a lot of knowledgeable soccer fans over there.
Yes, you do. So they call the foul on Patton, and so give it back to the Hawks. There's some not nice things being said about the men in orange tonight.
And Hobbs got to watch that.
That one will go out of bounds, and Hobbs ball.
Especially during the playoffs. They're very, very vigilant about sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship, yes, they are. You do not want to get one of those strikes that the NMAA is giving out now.
And it can be fan behavior, not just the team. So
yes, it can.
Got to be careful.
13-13 to go. Triskaideka-Phobiacs of the world unite. Hobbs leading 1-0 here in the first of this 5A semifinal matchup as the ball in at midfield. As the throw in from Villalobos to Sanchez. As it'll be Hobbs ball back out at center field. Sending it in, bouncing ball away. Sanchez with a header towards the middle, and a header goes into the back of the net off of the assist. Light the lamp as that'll be Joshua Chavez on the header with 12:38 to go in the first half. The assist from Alexis Sanchez, and Hobbs with the 2-0 lead. But still a long way to go in this one. Beautiful header. Sanchez headed it to Chavez, who put it off of the head right into the back of the net. Walden, no chance at that one.
Yeah, really nice. Again, good teamwork by Hobbs. It shows how comfortable they are playing with each other and communicating on field, taking those passes, setting up the offense, setting up the shot, and taking it. Great skill. Good work by Hobbs.
As Tyler Ward will check in for Centennial for this kickoff. 12:38 remaining first half. Hobbs taking the 2-0 lead. So now at some point, if you're Centennial, you have to start thinking about pressing just a little bit. As we've played nearly 3/4 of this first half. So now Centennial going to try and regroup. Of course, this was a 3-2 matchup a couple of months ago when these two met up. It's been a long time since then. As it'll come bouncing into the middle of the field as Patton works against and takes control out with a little help from Martinez. Little head up, and Sanchez trying to get to it. Chavez to Sanchez. Now it'll go back onto the foot of the Hawks. But Hobbs keeping a lot of pressure in. It's like a 4-4-3 look for the Eagles.
And Centennial actually just kind of being patient there, working the ball around.
Martinez to Valenzuela into the middle and taken away by Martinez for Hobbs, who gets tackled, and that should be a free ball for Hobbs. And it will be. 11:20 remaining here in the first half. 2-0, Hobbs in the lead. on the free kick for the Eagles. They will send that one deep into the zone and off of the head of one of the Hawks, but Hobbs will take it back. They got a bouncer onto the left side and just kicked high. As going for a second goal there was Joshua Chavez. Pretty good chance there, but just got it off of the toe a little bit and it sailed wide. 10:45 and probably going to have a little stoppage time at the end of the first. Hobbs with a 2-0 lead is into the middle of the field. Hobbs going to take it away. Villalobos on the run. Just going to settle it down as Centennial drop back in defense. Villalobos with the inlet pass and booted away and knocked away for Centennial by Garrett Vieira. But Hobbs will have a throw-in with Villalobos, their defenseman, and really their throw-in specialist, if there is such a thing. He throws them in 99% of the time. For the Eagles, to Hernandez, sends it into the middle and off of the head of Sanchez and out of the back line. Under 10 to play, first half plus stoppage time. Centennial will take the ball back, trailing 2-0. Of course, Hobbs looking to punch their ticket through to a state championship game. And a big fight for it over on the far sideline, and Hobbs will come away with it.
Yeah, clean, though, is really nice. Hobbs have been building a lot of finesse there. They were physical, but
we are going to have a free kick from 25 yards out. That's the 15 on the football pitch. So the 15, make that the 25-yard mark, should be a free kick for the Hobbs Eagles. They can do a set play here. 3-0 contest.
Yeah, you can bet if they get the chance, they'll take a shot.
With 9 minutes remaining, Hobbs going to line everybody up. Centennial going to line everybody up too. Is on to take the kick will be Martinez. So Martinez waiting for everybody to get set up. I mean, that's not Martinez, that's Sanchez. So Hobbs going to send it towards the net as they get everybody set up. Going to try and cause chaos in front, and that one will be a shot, but it will be a save for Thomas. It'll be his 5th. And back out into midfield. Villalobos bounces it. Martinez will wind up with it, but just have to kick it between two Eagles. And last touched by one of the Hobbs players. 8 minutes remaining, first half plus stoppage time.
Hobbs up 2-0.
And on the throw-in, that one kind of a little wild bounce, but Martinez will control it, send it back to midfield with Valenzuela. Valenzuela trying to find a little room to work, gets it into the middle. Martinez takes it forward, trying the long outlet pass, is coming over and making a slide tackle himself was Castanon. Very dangerous as that one will go out of the backside, and it'll be a corner kick now for Centennial. I don't know, Centennial's going to drop back. I guess they touched it last. So Castanon, the aggressive play.
Again, we talked earlier about he is not afraid to come out of the box and get out and go after the ball or defend from outside of the net area. So he's no stranger to that.
7:12 remaining here in the first half. And the officials tell Castanon that he's the one that's got to send it back into play. So the Eagles will, with their keeper, and they will boot it back towards midfield. Working through it to Sanchez, to Patton. He's got a little room. He'll take it towards the left side, looking for some room to run. Has a little help on that far side, giving it right back to Patton. Patton, they collapse in on him with three guys. He will send the ball back to Martinez. Martinez under pressure on the far side from Martinez. Martinez battling it out. As Hobbs' Martinez will find a little room. Bouncing ball into the middle and going to be cleared out by Vieira. Back into the teeth of the Hobbs defense. as they'll take it back. Hobbs leading 2-0, 6 minutes to go plus stoppage time here in the first half. Bouncing ball as Patton will get it back on the near side. That's the right wing as we see it. The ball will go out. It'll be Hobbs' ball as Villalobos will throw it in from in front of the Hobbs bench. Oh, they change it and say that it's going to be Centennial ball. Okay. So Centennial will have it. It'll be Rios to throw it in front of the Hobbs bench. So tossing it in over the head of Martinez as Villalobos, just a little scissor kick. And it'll go out and will be Hobbs this time in front of their own bench as Coach Marquez will give it back to Villalobos, who will toss it in. Well, he'll toss it in as it'll go bouncing and off of somebody's head and out deep in the Centennial end of the field. So Centennial to throw it in now. Of course, the winner will move on to face the winner of Atrisco Heritage and La Cueva Saturday evening in Albuquerque. Bouncing ball on the throw-in towards the middle of the field as Sanchez works against a couple of Hawks. It'll be Tyler Ward who just checked in to control it. Attempted slide job. And Centennial keep it with Herrera. Venezuela makes a nifty little move, but staying right with him is Martinez. Taking it to the far side. Bouncing ball as Hobbs intercepts the pass and will send it out. Side out, throw in for Centennial. 4.5 remaining. Centennial trying to get it back into the center of the pitch. Coming onto the near side with Rios. Rios sends one towards net as Castanon comes out of the cage and gets a hand on it.
It goes wide, though. It was headed it was headed toward the side and went out, but still. If you're Centennial, you're that close. They took the shot.
Yeah, and if you're Hobbs, if it even might be close and you can get a hand on it to deflect it away,
right.
Probably the right thing to do.
Sure, send it out even further.
So it will go back onto the foot of the Hobbs Eagles. As sending that one in with authority is Camano. As a bouncing ball as Sanchez makes the race down. Going for the left wing. Bouncer towards the goal, and it'll roll wide to the right. So cross-pitch shot attempt. No shot attempt officially in the books for that one.
No,
but when
just
you take
went into
those
the direction.
when you take those extreme angle shots, sometimes that's going to happen. So Hobbs brings the pressure up in the backfield for Centennial. He's trying to find a little room to work. It was all Centennial early, but Hobbs cashed in a goal, and it's been all Hobbs since. Sanchez trying to get Ferrafino in the middle. Stolen away by the Hawks, and they'll send one out wide on the far side. So side out, throw in for Centennial. 2:45 remaining. First half, Hobbs with a 2-0 lead. Hobbs will take it away and just send a bouncer back. Sanchez battles in the middle of the pitch. Ferrafino will come up and get it off the foot of Camacho into the middle, and just going to have to kind of a little side swipe to get a little running room. Centennial will bounce it back down. 2.5 minutes to go plus stoppage time in the first half. On to the near side. It is a runner. Camacho slide tackle, and Herrera takes him out, and Camacho goes spinning. Hobbs wants a free kick. Not going to get it. 2:15 to go first half. Villalobos to send it in, though. It'll be Hobbs' ball on the throw-in. Hobbs putting in another man. That's going to be Xander Castillo, the senior striker, going to come in. As we've got 2 minutes exactly remaining here in the first half of play. And sending that one in, and Hernandez will send a bouncer wide to the left. That one's going to bounce, doesn't go out. Into the middle, and a little backside kick, and put it in. Light the lamp. The Hobbs Eagles have got another score on the board and take the 3-0 lead. Who got it? I wish they wouldn't flash these dadgum lights. I'm trying to catch the number of the young man who got the goal.
Yeah, there was so much traffic there. There was such a cluster of players that I did not see which Eagle actually got it in.
It was one of the guys who'd come up from the back. I think it might have been Humberto Hernandez, so I'm going to credit it to him.
I was just worrying about making sure I had the camera angle on it, that you could see the
With 1:35 to go here in the first, Hernandez on a little sidewinder kick makes this a 3-0 ball game. 1 minute remaining plus stoppage time here in the first half. As into the Hobbs Eagle bench, it'll stay Centennial ball. And on the throw-in, it will be Herrera. Herrera will send it back. He'll get it back from Rios. And a battle for it in front of the Hobbs bench. Centennial going to have to try and find something to get some energy back as Martinez tries to save it on the near side, but he'll go out off of him.
Hobbs really wants to keep Centennial from making just a quick goal, a comeback goal. They would still have quite, a good lead, 3-2, but they don't want to give Centennial any kind of momentum, going into the half. So they're really going to try to guard against.
Sanchez throwing it in and a bouncer and collision in front of the net. And Centennial will take it as we are at the end of the first half of play, as that whistle will start the first half. The Hobbs Eagles with the 3-0 lead in this 5A semifinal matchup. Coming first off the foot of Juan Camacho with 27:41 to go in the half. And then Joshua Chavez chipping in one at 12:38 of the first half. And Humberto Hernandez with one late to give Hobbs the 3-0 lead, as after that first goal, Dawn, Hobbs just really seemed to spark up and really started showing a lot more intensity.
They did, and the goals, then came, and then they kind of spread those out. That there was a little feeling out process, a slow start, and then once Hobbs caught fire, they scored another goal pretty quickly, and then this third one. So they're doing a good job. They go into halftime with a big lead, and we'll be back with more Hobbs soccer.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Hello to Extra Dough from TDS. Order high-speed internet, TV, and phone and get a $500 prepaid MasterCard. Say again? New TDS customers who bundle internet, TV, and phone get a $500 prepaid MasterCard. All backed by our 30-day money-back guarantee. Internet speeds up to 1 gig available. Visit hellotds.com today. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. 2-year commitment required. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details. The card is issued by Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Member F. License for MasterCard International Incorporated.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC. RMS Foods Incorporated of Hobbs supports local athletics. Wishing the Hobbs Eagles the best of luck. That hard work and dedication is definitely paid off. It's time to shine, Eagles. RMS Foods, providing high-quality products for the food industry. RMS Foods Incorporated, Hobbs, New Mexico, proud to be a part of Lee County. Go Eagles! Your friends at RMS Foods are behind you all the way.
Outlaw Grill thanks you for supporting Outlaw Grill throughout the years. Outlaw Grill has all your favorites, from savory soups to burgers. Porterhouse steaks, fettuccine alfredo, crispy chicken scallopini are just some of the all-time favorites. Outlaw Grill invites you to come in or call your order in 575-392-2012. That's 575-392-2012. It's a fast turnaround time for a delicious gourmet meal from the crew at Outlaw Grill.
Hobbs Rental wants to wish Lee County student athletes the best of luck as they take on challenges and experience success. The team of Hobbs Rental wants you to know that teamwork is everything. Hobbs Rental provides complete valve service, relief valve, vent valve, and thief hatch maintenance. BR certified and ISN approved. When you need the job done right the first time, call Hobbs Rental at 393-3085. Go Eagles!
Cinco de Mayo specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Baby back pork ribs, $1.99 a pound. Boneless beef ribeye steak, $6.99 a pound. Fresh sirloin in pork roast, $1.19 a pound. Large Roma tomatoes, 99 cents a pound. Large red honey mangoes, 99 cents each. Fancy sweet corn, 2 for $1. And tropical kiwi fruit, 2 for $1.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
Is your cost of rent through the roof? It might make sense to buy a home instead. If you're still renting and never thought you could afford a home, right now you may want to call your friends at Robinson & Associates. Robinson & Associates offers free consultations in English and in Spanish. Robinson & Associates want to guide you through the entire process and make it as simple as possible. Call Robinson & Associates today at 392-0266. That's 575-392-0266. Call Robinson & Associates today and let them earn your trust.
Back to school doesn't have to be a hassle. Save time and money with ready meals from Albertsons Market. With convenient, ready-to-heat and ready-to-eat options, you can send them to school with a lunch packed with all their favorites and have a quick, easy meal ready for the family when they're finished with their after-school activities. Fill your fridge with ready meals and be ready for anything. Ready meals from Albertsons Market.
Norley Hospital District proudly announces they now offer extended hours in both Lovington and Hobbs medical clinics for all of your minor injuries, minor illnesses, and minor wounds. Norley is working diligently to better serve you. Call ahead for appointments for Lovington Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-396-6611, 396-6611. And for Hobbs Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-433-3000, 433-3000. Norley Hospital District, united in service, trusted for life.
Forest Tire. Mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Knowledge is the power to see more, do more, and be more. As one of the most affordable universities in the Southwest, Eastern New Mexico University has helped thousands of people just like you earn a degree. Spring 2024 at ENMU is the perfect time to get started with affordable tuition, great scholarships, and a wide range of in-person or online classes. Learn your power. Apply today for spring 2024 at enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
You've just changed the light bulb in the pantry to an Energy Star energy-efficient LED bulb, one that uses up to 90% less energy than a regular old incandescent bulb and saves you more than $55 over its lifetime. You just saved energy and money and did the environment a solid. What's next? Organizing the pantry? It's suddenly so well lit. Find our LED discounts at excellenergy.com/lighting deals. Excel Energy.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
And welcome back to Hobbs Eagle State Tournament Soccer from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Tonight's game is presented under the auspices of the New Mexico Activities Association. The rights purchased by New Walmart Broadcasting and One Radio Square Sports. And the rights also granted by the Hobbs Municipal Schools. Of course, we're proud that we are able to bring you these games at absolutely no charge, thanks to the sponsors that you hear playing. And also, you see right there at the bottom of your screen, we appreciate them making it possible for us to bring you this service absolutely free, unlike a lot of other schools and services, including the Activities Association. They do things their way. We do things ours. We will not have the championship game, should Hobbs make it. We will not have that game on Saturday. We are not allowed to video stream that one. The NMAA decided they wanted to make people pay to watch it, so we're just hopeful that the last time we get to see the Hobbs Eagles this year, it is in victory and a 3-0 lead at halftime against a very tough Centennial team, Dawn Morgan. What are they going to have to do in the second half?
Well, Hobbs needs to keep up their intensity. They can't go to sleep against the Centennial team. They can't think that they've got it in the bag with the three goals up, because the last time they met, it was a 3-2 victory. Hobbs had all they could handle against Centennial, and now they're up 3-0. But they have a whole, half of the soccer match left to play. And I think Centennial, we were both watching, Centennial looked like they were warming up their backup goalie.
Their backup goaltender,
and, so
we'll see if he turns around.
Right.
But they've still got the backup on the bench, and so it will be Walden Thomas still in the cage for the Centennial Hawks. He stopped 5 of the 8 shots that he faced in that first half. Diego Castanon stopped all 6 of them that he saw in that first half.
Yeah, Centennial, again, can't go to sleep against Centennial. They're too good of a team, and Hobbs wants to keep their feet on the gas and, dominate this match. And, of course, end up with the win. But they can't count it one yet.
No, they cannot. But a 3-0 lead. You feel pretty good about that with the Hobbs defense.
You do.
And it looks like
they've certainly done a great job, offense and defense, in the first half. And they just got to keep it up. They need to come out.
Another goal wouldn't make you feel too bad.
Exactly. If they come out with some energy and intensity, it really took the first goal that they scored to bring them completely alive in that first half. But you look at it like this: they didn't waste a lot of energy in that first, 10, 15 real-time minutes of play.
So it'll be Hobbs ball as we start this second half of action from here at Watson Stadium. The winner moves on to the state championship game to face the winner of Atrisco Heritage and La Cueva. That game will be Saturday evening from the UNM Soccerplex in Albuquerque. And we certainly hope that Hobbs is the team that is there, but we've still got 40 minutes to play here this evening. And so Hobbs will take it on the kickoff as it'll come into the middle to Chavez. Chavez comes around, gets the ball stolen away from him. As working back to Centennial. Send a bouncer into the middle of the field. Hobbs will retake possession with Astorga. Centennial working through with Martinez. He'll leave one off. Nice little pass onto the right wing. As trying to work it around, just not quite able to control it to get a shot off. Now to Davia as he's going to go down hard.
Nice steal.
It is a nice steal for the Hobbs Eagles, as is going to be Alexis Sanchez, who will send the centering pass, but it'll be stolen away into the middle for Rios. Rios bouncing ball near side as they will work that over to Seriano. And then out. And on the throw-in will be Vieira. But that one is going to be stolen away immediately by Jorge Martinez.
Came from behind, out of nowhere.
Martinez will send a bouncer down, and that will bring Thomas out on the stop, and a whistle as we've got a Centennial Hawk down on the near side. That is Datan Valenzuela, midfielder.
He's sitting up now. He might have just gotten the wind knocked out of him.
Possibility is waiting to check in will be Juan Camano for the Eagles.
And a couple of Hobbs team members helping him up.
And the clock stops for the injury with 38:54 remaining in the match. Hobbs leading 3-0. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. Also on the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Of course, the final soccer match of the season from here at Watson Stadium. But hopefully not the last match on the field or pitch for Hobbs Eagle teams this year. Hopefully Hobbs soccer boys will be in the championship on Saturday. The Hobbs football team will be in action on Friday night as they travel up to Rio Rancho to take on Cleveland.
Cleveland, the top-ranked team in 6A football in New Mexico.
6A football. I love how we have 6A in football, but not in everything else. And don't even get me started on the football district alignments.
And classifications.
That's true.
So the ball in, there's a fight for it.
Yes, there
Very
is, and
close.
it'll come back towards the Centennial. Dangerous move there, sending it back towards their own net, and now they're going to have to clear it back out, or try to, as Hernandez gets to it, as they'll send a bouncer into the middle for Sanchez. That one going to get stolen away. As moving the ball up the field with the dribble is Herrera, but he's just going to stop and send a bouncer onto the far side, and a foul called away from the ball, and it'll be called on Centennial, so it'll be a free kick for Hobbs with 37:50 to go.
Just a throw in.
Oh, just a throw in. Okay, so and the throw in bounced away off of a Hobbs player and out, so Centennial will get it right back. I mean, Hobbs, you've got to think, is going to be, they're going to get their attack on when they can, but I think they're going to be fairly content to just kind of settle things down and in, as Seriano will control it. I believe I called his name wrong the whole first half. I was looking at the wrong roster. I apologize to Seriano, the junior defenseman for Centennial, as it'll go out on the near side. And checking in for the Eagles, Fabian Astorga will come into the match as he'll head back into the defensive line.
That just going to go back, come back into the Centennial bench. Hobbs has got it. Throw in.
And off of the header, it'll be Sanchez who will take his header and send it back. Bouncer into the middle of the field and back to Centennial, but they're going to find a way around, find a little soft zone. It is a foot race up the middle of the field. Bouncing ball over to Martinez on the far side. Villalobos is there, but he loses the ball as they go deep onto the far sideline.
Good Hobbs defense there. Very good. Hobbs making a quick transition.
Centering pass and booted away, but right back into Centennial as that one blocked out in the middle by Astorga. As Hobbs just going to try and clear it back out towards midfield. And a little reverse kick at midfield, but retaken by Centennial as they're feeling a little bit right now and trying to put some pressure on. 4 minutes gone here in the second half of play. A 3-0 lead for the Eagles as that one going to go well out.
That's going to bounce
the far sideline.
Yeah, I thought it was going to make it out of the fenced area toward the multipurpose facility. It stayed in.
So it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. 35-46 remaining in the match. Hobbs ball deep in their own end. Lobos off the foot. Hobbs going in a, looks like a 4-3-3 alignment. Is that one going to go bouncing out and back to Centennial as it goes out at midfield?
So it'll be a Centennial throw-in toward the Hobbs zone.
Yes, it will as we hit the top of the hour, 7 o'clock here in the Mountain Time Zone. Thanks for watching tonight, wherever you happen to be on HobbsAmerica.com.
We have, what is that, number 8, Valenzuela going in? Is that 8 or 6? I can't tell. One of the...
I believe that's Ferrafino coming in.
Okay.
Number 8.
Okay.
But it will be Centennial ball and a long bouncer towards the middle and then over the head.
It was a Centennial player, not
That's
us.
Valenzuela, number 8, yeah. And a bouncer that'll go out. It'll be Hobbs ball. And it'll be Hernandez to send it away. That's Humberto Hernandez.
No, it's going to be a kick, I think. Well, yeah, we'll see. That's right. Hobbs goaltender is just setting it up.
As Hernandez will boot it back out towards midfield. Come off the head of one of Centennial's players and come to the near side and out. Should be Hobbs ball. Is trying to chase it down was Seriano. Not able to get to it, so the throw in for the Eagles. Checking into the game will be Adrian Sanchez, the sophomore defenseman. As he'll pull the trigger on the inbound and then take it right back from one of his running mates. That was Chavez, and a deep inlet pass trying to get it through. Hobbs putting on some pressure, but it'll be cleared out by Centennial. Seriano going to block out his man Sanchez and watch it go out. Should be a throw-in for the Eagles. It will be. with Adrian Sanchez to throw it in from in front of the Centennial bench. So throw it in, and Sanchez to Sanchez. Then centering pass blocked out by the Hawks, and back out and into the Centennial bench.
Again.
Another throw in for the Eagles. Sanchez will toss it in, and off the foot to Seriano as he'll lose it, and it'll go out, and we'll do it again, this time from about 30 yards out. Sanchez to Sanchez to Sanchez. And then booting it over, trying to get it into the middle, off of the chest of Sanchez, back to Sanchez. At some point, Centennial's got to think about just getting a foot on it and trying to clear it out. They dribble around. Hobbs putting on additional pressure as the ball goes bouncing out, and it'll go back to Hobbs as heading across the field to be Camacho to throw it in. 8 minutes gone here in the second half of play. Hobbs 3-0. To Sanchez, takes it off of the heel and will chase it over into the far right corner and out. So it'll be a throw-in for Centennial. Again, Friday night, right back here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. It'll be Hobbs football in the 6A quarterfinals, Hobbs versus Cleveland. We are not allowed to video stream that game either, but we will have the audio for you on HobbsAmerica.com, the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel, and of course, also on Cool 95.7. That'll be Friday night, 7 o'clock. So Hobbs putting the pressure on. Sanchez takes it into the far left side. Bouncing ball, and Centennial again needs to find a little room and clear it out. So now they'll have a man dribbling it up the far left wing as it's a foot race. The ball onto the near side and getting a little bit of room as that young man over there is doing it all by himself.
Yeah, he's
finally got a little room to work as he'll get it into the middle of the field. Bouncing ball and coming over and making it will be casting on himself as that one just off of the foot of Marcio, just a little bit too far for him to catch up to.
Really good dribbling and ball control there by Centennial.
Yes, it was.
But good defense by Hobbs as well.
As they got back quickly as Marcio comes to the near side, and a slide kick that's going to bounce and go out into the Hobbs bench. And it'll be Centennial ball. Centennial continues to warm up their backup keeper over on the near side.
I would imagine if Hobbs scores another goal, they'll change him out. Just a guess.
You're probably correct. Martinez coming onto the near side to Vieira. Vieira dribbles, and we'll feed it forward. Hobbs just boots it away. Sanchez back. Villalobos collides with a Centennial player. That's Saldivar.
And Hobbs, a player down, writhing a bit. We'll move the camera away.
Yeah, not a happy camper right there.
Really holding that knee. He must have gotten hit in the shin or the knee, maybe. That hurts. Tell you, you get hit right on that shin bone. There's no muscle in front of it to really save and shield that blow, and it jars you. It just hurts.
Yes, it does. Supposed to be wearing shin guards, I thought. Maybe it got him a little higher than that.
Yeah, may have been just under the knee.
So up and looking okay. That was Sanchez, but he's up and back at it. So Saldivar to throw it in for Centennial. Hawks trailing the Eagles 3-0. Battle of the Big Birds, the Raptors, for a chance to move into the state finals on Saturday evening. As Hobbs again is going to be content to just let as much clock run as it can here. The clock
is their friend.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And at some point, Centennial really going to have to start pressing, and we will have the backup keeper check into the match now as Nicholas Raitt, a freshman keeper, will come in. As Thomas Waldron faced 8 shots and stopped 5 of them. So Coach Loya deciding he's going to go with his backup keeper to try and keep this a 3-0 game. To Martinez as that one is going to be bounced away and back out to midfield. One of the defensemen having to come up to handle that. That was brilliant. It's the young man's name.
Right. Yeah, got it.
I wished he was an attacker. Maybe I'd call his name more. That is one of those great names in sports.
Sure.
So a bouncing ball onto the near side. Looking, kicking, and sailing that one over the head of everybody was Vieira. So attempting the shot. And so we'll go back to Hobbs. So Hobbs will control it. Of course, a full week of sports from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square.
Yeah, congratulations to the Hobbs and Lady Eagle volleyball squad for winning the district championship at Tasker Arena last night. They swept Carlsbad.
Right here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel, you had that match from Tasker Arena next door.
You bet. You can watch and see that match, see that or highlights of it right there.
As Sanchez will take it across the midfield stripe, tries the outlet pass, bouncing ball, as coming out and kicking it away is Raitt. That Hobbs trying to try and put a little bit of pressure on the backup freshman keeper here, if they can. And bodies collide, and a player
Finally,
down
kind of a
at
late whistle, but
at the 45-yard line.
He's right back up.
Yes, he is.
Play doesn't stop. So
no Manu awards tonight for either squad.
Not yet.
Honor of Manu Ginobili, longtime San Antonio Spur.
King of the floppers.
He was the king of the flop. Soccer, basketball, or otherwise. Is Raitt coming out again. But Hobbs continuing to put the pressure on with Chavez as Raitt will roll it to the near side.
And Centennial is running out of time. Hobbs winning this one so far 3-0.
Inlet pass going to be blocked off.
27 minutes plus stoppage, if any stoppage left.
As Sanchez battles inside as that one will come back, and Hernandez just going to kick it away. As Hobbs will try and set the offense again. That is going to be Camacho. Camacho bouncing ball onto the far left wing. Wild chase for it as Brilliant will get there and feed it back towards the middle with Valenzuela. Is Valenzuela going to send just a little slider to the near side and stolen away by the Eagles. It'll come onto the foot of Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez sends a bouncer in as Raitt will come out and make the stop again. No shot on goal. Didn't get anywhere near close enough.
No, but Hobbs just trying to dominate and keep the ball in that end of the field as much as possible, in that end of the pitch.
Valenzuela with a good inlet pass going into the far right corner. Having to hold up on it just momentarily was McDowell. Centering pass into the middle. Hobbs going to kick it away. Nice job by Jorge Martinez to put it momentarily out of harm's way. That was a heads-up play.
Yeah, good defense. Hobbs right there making that quick transition.
Into the middle for Rios, and that one is going to be blocked out. Nice job by the Eagles and Astorga. And Hobbs going to send it back down the other way. It is a foot race. And yep, they're going to call the foul. They're going to call the push on Chavez.
Now, Hobbs faithful doesn't like that, but I'm not sure if that may be the right call. I'd have to go back and look at that.
Chavez and Rios were both running for it.
They were battling. They were running, and it might be that he simply tripped, that he wasn't pushed as much as he simply kind of tripped, lost his footing.
Yeah, I think he slowed up just a second to try and get a beat on the ball, and I think Joshua just ran right through him, and
so may have been incidental contact there. It doesn't matter. The play went on, and it didn't anything. So
bouncing ball back. Sanchez with it is right well out of the cage as he'll come to the near side. Working, trying to find some room is Chavez. Chavez to Sanchez. Alexis makes a nifty little move. Splits through two defenders, and then it's going to be slid back over to Alexis, and he will send it wide left.
Such nice finesse work there. That was really pretty. Both of the Hobbs Eagles working on that. That was really lovely footwork.
As Brilliant will send it back into play from back on the 15-foot line. So waits for the okay to send it in as Jordan Barron checks back in for Hobbs. On to the far sideline. Villalobos running and a slide tackle, and the ball goes out. 24-20 remaining in the match. Hobbs leading 3-0 in this 5A semifinal matchup. Hobbs and Centennial going at it here this evening. Tyler Ward will check in for the Hawks. At some point, the Hawks are going to have to think about maybe bringing up an extra attacker or even two.
Right, because they're definitely running out of time here. Hobbs doing a good job of taking it away and keeping the ball out of their offense, keeping it in this end.
Centering pass and another little pass, and it'll be a little bouncer, goes in on goal, and a whistle sounds before Barron can get the slider in, and it will be Centennial ball. But Hobbs with another good opportunity there, but not able to cash in. To Martinez. Santiago Martinez works it over to the left side. As Villalobos battling, and slide job on him. As Nathan will send it back in. And a bouncer gets over everybody. It'll be a foot race over onto the far side. As Chavez looks for a little room as he works against Brilliant as they are battling. A couple of Wolverines over there into the middle, and Sanchez, and a foul going to be called.
Tripping
should be on.
Well, let's see what they do.
I think the way the ref pointed, it's actually on Brilliant, I think, on Centennial.
Okay. I mean, we'll take it. I was just afraid it was going to be on Hobbs the way the action was. But a lot of times I'm following with the camera, so I'm not able to see all of the movement on the field because I'm watching it through the camera.
So it looks like it'll be Martinez who will get the free kick from 20 yards out. They're going to send Hernandez maybe in to do that.
So I think there was a little holding. I think he pulled. I was watching the feet, and I think what that was a pull on the arm. I think he reached out and pulled on him.
So it'll be Martinez. He will send it on the set play with 22 minutes remaining in the match. So Martinez, the senior striker, waits for the all clear from the officials. He'll get his Martinez with a hot shot, and that one will be stopped by Raitt. Hobbs will go in and just over the top on another shot. Raitt will get his first save of the match on a good strike by Martinez, but then the bouncing ball went over.
The deflector, off of that deflection, Hobbs did a nice job waiting and being patient on it, but then just popped it up too much.
Hobbs stealing it away out at the 35-yard line.
Just
taking it back.
Yeah, got it on the rebound, and would have been a nice shot off the rebound, but just couldn't make that go in. Still nice work by Hobbs, really.
And a collision as a Hobbs player goes down on the track, and that's not going to feel good on the cinder and asphalt.
I think that's a Centennial player down.
A Centennial player down, too, as both Hobbs and Centennial. The Hobbs player went down on the track, the Centennial player on the far sideline.
Yeah, I think the Hobbs player got up right away. Centennial is up now, too, so they're both up.
Everybody doing good. Just taking a minute to catch their breath.
Yep, you do see that a lot in soccer. They go down and they spend a little time, catch a breath, kind of get a little rest. That's the only time they're going to most of the time. I mean, conditioning is key in soccer, and you're on your feet all the time, moving, and any time at all on the ground. Even if you're hurting in a particular place, there's something about resting the body down that's why we keep a watch out for the soccer flops a lot of time.
Xander Castillo will check in for Hobbs. Castillo, the senior striker. So Hobbs putting an extra offensive man in the match. Already leading 3-0. We are at the halfway point of this second half. At some point, Centennial, if they've got any Jets left, they're going to have to turn them on. Villalobos will send it in. And onto the foot of Astorga. Ball bouncing free is Brilliant. Just going to send it back and out across the track. As the clock continues to move. Good crowd on hand here tonight at Watson Stadium for this 5A semifinal matchup. Martinez to the middle, a soft bouncer and a save by Raitt. As Martinez was actually trying to pass that one, but
just going to roll it right back out there. Centennial controlling now.
At 5 men up, so they are finally bringing an extra attacker. Now 6, now 7. Now 7 guys on the attack, and I think this is what they have to do. They want to climb back into this one.
Yeah, so Hobbs' defense immediately can become even that more crucial here.
Now they're putting 8 men in, and a bouncer that gets through as Castanon with it and will send it out. As Barron gets a little screen, and he'll bring it back across the midfield stripe, and he's got a little room as he will move it forward. That is Castillo. Castillo in a foot race with Brilliant. Nifty little
battle.
move as he'll take it in. Centering pass and off the side of the foot for Barron, and not able to do it. just exactly like he wanted. It spun a little bit funny off the foot, and Camacho can't control it on the far side.
Still a really good effort there. Great offense by Hobbs. Nice passing, good work. And really, all they're wanting to do, do they want to score a goal? You bet. But the more time they can take it away from the other end of the field and get it down here, the better for the Eagles. And that's what they're doing.
Bouncing ball into the middle as Brilliant fights with Sanchez. Sanchez will wind up with it, but it'll wind up back on the foot of Barron. He's going to bring it to the near side, looking for some room. Centennial going to clear it out with Saldivar. Saldivar, a pass that is going to be intercepted and taken out off the side of the foot there of Adrian Sanchez.
Hobbs trying to control it to keep Centennial from launching the offense again and getting deep in their zone. Centennial threatening to do just that again here, working on the far side around midfield, just passing it, looking for a little room. Hobbs, good defense there.
Yeah, Hobbs going to be convinced and going to be content to take their opportunities when they get them as it comes back to Rate. Is Centennial going to try and reset? Bouncer to one of the Centennial midfielders as he works against Barron, and will have to send it back to one of the defensemen. Ball pops up in the air at the 40-yard line in Centennial territory, and then a long kick that'll go out, and it'll go over to Hobbs. 7:14 remaining in the match, plus whatever stoppage time there is at the end. Hobbs with the
17. 17. Yeah.
What did I say?
7.
Oh, wishful thinking.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
In 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes. Exactly 10 minutes
well,
now, as a matter of fact.
Clock time, and maybe not real time, but clock time for sure.
Oh, off of the head on the inbound of Martinez, and it'll come near side. And out into the Centennial bench by Castillo. So back to Centennial. And it'll be a free kick, looks like, for Tyler Gomez, who just checked into the match. Gomez, I'm not sure why they're not being more aggressive on their free kicks. Back to Gomez as Brilliant will send it back towards the middle of the field. Pretty good battle going on at the Hobbs 40. Trying to work his way through is Ward. Ward goes down. Hobbs will take it back. And off of the bounce, Barron and Brilliant fighting in the middle of the pitch. Alexis Sanchez coming over to help. And Centennial will clear it out and take it.
Yeah, you'd think you'd see some longer kicks toward the Hobbs goal, possibly, when they have a chance to do that, especially from midfield forward.
Yes, you would think so, and they had a free kick there, a chance to maybe move a couple more guys down. So now inside the Hobbs 20-yard line, and a long kick, and sending it wide and high is Tyler Ward, and out. So back to Hobbs with 15 and a half remaining, plus stoppage time. As checking in for the Eagles, looks like Omari Patton will be coming back in. As he will come in, looks like for Jorge Martinez. So Patton back in as Hobbs putting in the extra striker here. And it will be Hobbs' ball as Hernandez will send it in. A high one down Patton's way, and that one going to bounce through as Patton and Brilliant go at it. It'll wind up on the foot of the Hawks. And a bouncer into the middle of the field, squirts to the near side. Centennial tries and will maintain control.
Just busy work. Hobbs tried to keep them busy. If they're so busy just fighting one-on-one battles, then they can't launch, an attack, an initiative, and score goals. So tick-tock, tick-tock.
Yep. And the clock will continue to tick. 14:20 remaining in the match. 14:20 until we know at least one half of the championship matchup on Saturday evening. Centennial working their way through. Bouncer onto the near side. That one is going to go wide and will go out and back to Hobbs.
And now we're getting down close to 13 minutes left, and Hobbs can smell the victory, can really start to feel that championship game looming. They've got to finish this one first. They've got to finish. You bet. 13 minutes, a lot of time in soccer.
Oh, yeah, and anything can happen. I mean, we saw against Gadsden back on Wednesday or back on Saturday.
They
Hobbs,
scored. Yeah.
They scored about a minute after Hobbs did, and then Hobbs put 2 on the board in the second half within a minute. So,
yeah, can change very quickly.
Yes, it can.
So Hobbs has got to stay focused. If they just keep Centennial so busy.
And right now, Hobbs looking at a 2-2-6, 2 forwards, 2 defensemen, or 2 midfielders, and now Barron will take it in, and Hobbs will move an extra striker up in the zone. Is that one going to go out of the back and over to Centennial? Now they're starting to move things a little bit faster because they realize they're out of time. And we'll have a whistle sound and a free kick for Hobbs, if I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah, I didn't see the.
I didn't see the
foul,
offense, but
it may have.
Or will it be a corner kick? They're sending it over to the corner.
Right.
So I guess they're going to say it went off out of the back, off of Centennial. So it will be a free kick for Hobbs from the southeast corner. So Hobbs a chance to tack on an insurance goal here, as the high one comes in, and coming through traffic and making the stop is Rate. I don't know where he came from, but all of a sudden there was a flash of blue keeper jersey in the middle of that, grabbing hold of it and saying, And so the bouncer, it'll find its way through. Castillo, he'll take it up the right wing, works it towards the middle, a little stutter step, and a bouncer that's going to go wide right.
It's okay. You want to keep control of the ball, stay on offense, keep Centennial on defense, and take even soft shots on the goal like that. You don't really think have a chance at making it. That's okay.
Daton Valenzuela and Trey Leyva checking into the match for Centennial as we tick down to the 11-minute mark and a 3-0 Hobbs lead. So out onto the pitch, Centennial trying to find something or anything. Is working it over onto the far left wing. Centennial trying to get into the middle. Hobbs blocking him up. They'll get it to Martinez, one of their best strikers. He'll turn around. That one is going to be blocked by Barron. Hobbs sending it out of harm's way as we click down under 11 minutes to play, plus stoppage. As the temperatures start to fall, as the anticipated cold front, I think, starting to move in just a little bit.
Yeah, the wind has picked up.
And Centennial on the back line sends the centering pass in and blocked away at the last moment by the Eagles as Castanon pats a couple of his defensemen on the head. Nice move by Adrian Sanchez to get that one out of harm's way. Centennial with a good look, but no good as that one. That'll be a shot on goal, and that'll be their first shot on goal of the half as blocked away by Castanon. His 7th save of the match. But it's hard to believe we've played 30 minutes of the second half, and that is the first official shot on goal for Centennial. Hobbs has just played a whale of a defensive half.
You bet.
So now sending it away as the bouncing ball is Patton on the horse, bounces it off the chest. He battles with Barron, takes it in deep, waits for reinforcements. Little footwork move on the far sideline. And it'll go out of the back, and it'll be Hobbs' ball.
Under 10 to play.
Well, they pointed it was Hobbs' ball, but they're giving it to Centennial. Now Centennial will send it back into the field to play. And the bouncing ball up the middle as Castanon going to come out, and he's just going to kick that one away.
Nice. Crowd likes that.
Yes, they do. So the Eagles looking to remain undefeated on the season and go after their first state championship in 25 years on the soccer pitch. 9 minutes plus stoppage time remaining, and a Centennial player is down, and down hard as the ball goes on the pass down towards Patton, and a whistle away from the ball, and they are going to call a free kick for Centennial.
Not a popular decision with the Hobbs faithful.
No, it's not, as Hobbs continues to try and pitch the shutout with 8:45 remaining in the match. To the middle of the pitch, and a long bouncer as Castanon on the run will come out and make the stop. And he'll just roll it over to Hernandez, who will send it away onto the foot of Sanchez. And then the bouncer up, and Centennial takes it back. Centennial working towards the middle of the pitch. Barron on the defense as he works near side against Martinez. Martinez sends it across to Rios, and then trying to get it into the middle of the pitch. Hobbs has done a nice job congesting the middle. They'll be content to just bounce it away. Bad pass, kind of a lazy pass there as Castillo will take it back as Barron goes rolling. Then into the middle, and a bouncer and a stop by Castanon as that bouncer by Rios, his third shot of the match.
Kind of a close one there.
Yes, it was.
And Centennial still on
the attack.
Yes.
Trying to get it into the middle of the field, and it'll go out back at the 10-yard line to the 20-yard mark, and a quick throw in to Martinez. Martinez splits through the Eagle defense looking for some room and loses the ball, and Hobbs will just clear it out. What you want to do is just clear the zone. Now to Gomez. As he's going to take it down, and a roll, and it'll stay Centennial ball. So the free kick is Gomez going to direct traffic. They are, I think, going to send one towards the net this time on the set play. Under 7 plus stoppage time remaining in this semifinal matchup. New Mexico 5A high school soccer as a high flyer. And that one in as Castanon will make the stop.
Yeah, he leaps up and catches that again. Nice save. Showy work by a capable goaltender here.
As Castanon will send it and right at midfield, and we'll have a free kick from midfield as a collision for Firafino. And one of the Hawks down there. 6:22 plus stoppage remaining here in the second half. Hobbs with the 3-0 lead. So it'll be a free kick from right at center field, right at the midfield stripe. As the countdown is on for the Eagles, Edwin Miramontes waits to check in for Centennial. And the long kick down towards the middle. And a bouncer that Barron's going to head out of harm's way. And then take back as he battles on the near side. It should be Hobbs' ball. As Barron fighting with Vieira. As Miramontes will check in for Centennial. Miramontes, a senior. Going to go into a forward role. Also checking in for Hobbs. Juan Camacho back into the match. Well, off of the throw in. Hobbs going to send it back down the pitch and out. Is that one going to go bouncing down the track?
5 minutes left in this match.
Plus whatever little bit of stoppage time we have as that one comes out. Hobbs going to be content to just continue to kind of fluster and frustrate defensively.
Yeah, they have done just a whale of a job this whole match, but especially in this second half. And they've had a few, times to go on the offensive as well and try a few shots.
Yes, they have. So Sanchez with the bouncer, and it'll come on to the foot of Alexis Sanchez, and he'll send it in, and that one is going to be blocked out. Good hustle play to get back there for Victor Rios to block that one. But it'll be a corner kick for the Eagles. As Sanchez will send it towards net with 4:15 to go, and the high one there and into the middle and take it out, and right almost out of position there. Fortunately, it'll be the Hawks who get to it into a little soft spot. That one going to come bouncing, a breakaway opportunity, and a stutter step, and a foul going to be called away from the ball as that stops the breakaway from Leyva.
as that was a classic one-on-one match. That was a setup to just be it was going to be interesting to see who was going to win that, but the whistle sounded just before that confrontation was able to fully develop and happen in before he could take the shot.
And so the foul going to be called on Centennial, so it'll be a free kick for Hobbs with 3.5 plus stoppage time to go. And it'll be Camano who just came in to take that free kick. He's going to take just as much time as they'll let him. As Camano sends the sidewinder down, as that's a bouncer, going to find its way through. And Chavez looking for some room as he gets some help from Sanchez, but then Centennial comes over and takes it away, and Sanchez
going to
get
foul.
Whistled, for the foul against Rios.
And so it will be a throw-in for Centennial. They send it toward midfield.
As they will work it over towards the left side with Martinez. We talked about in the pregame show, if you can slow down and stop Krenzel and Martinez.
Here we go.
As a little bouncer towards, as into, and I'm not sure Castanon probably ought to be playing around like that.
Well, he took it and flopped.
He did.
Flopped on it. Not a flop, but he fell on it. Stop the attack by Centennial.
With 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the match, Hobbs still with the 3-0 lead. Winner punches their ticket on into the finals on Saturday. And off of the toe of Sanchez, that one will be out. Centennial ball. The clock continues to move as we have
2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
2 minutes left in regulation. Hobbs has to hold on, and a whistle and a foul away from the ball, and so now it'll go to Hobbs.
And even though, anything's possible still, 2 minutes left in the match. Hobbs up 3-0, and even Hobbs faithful starting to chant as they smell the victory. Getting very close. Hobbs just needs to maintain. But the celebration is beginning on the home side of the stands.
Yes, it is, as we click down to under 90 seconds remaining in regulation. To Chavez, works it forward. Patton with it. Back to Chavez, back to Patton. They're just going to play keep away at this point. 1 minute remaining in regulation time. Bouncer through and out and back to Centennial. And, well, they whistle that one before the end of 2 minutes. And this one is going to be over as the Hobbs Eagles have punched their ticket through into the NMAA 5A Finals, which will take place on Saturday evening from UNM. They will play the winner of Atrisco Heritage and La Cueva. That match also going on right now. We will take a quick timeout, come back and wrap this one up. Hobbs Eagles Soccer continues in a moment here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
And welcome back to your Hobbs Eagle postgame show as the Hobbs Eagles have punched their ticket through to the NMAA 5A championship round, which will take place on Saturday at 5:30 at UNM as they defeat Centennial 3-0 in this match. Diego Castanon with 10 saves on all 10 shots that he faced. He pitched the shutout, and the scoring started 27-41 remaining in the first with Juan Camacho. Then it was Joshua Chavez with 12:38 to go in the first, netting another of his team leading and I believe state leading goals. Then Humberto Hernandez with a minute 35 to go in the first half. Took it in for Hobbs' third and final goal, and the winner, though, turns out to be the one by Camacho. The very first goal of the game, Dawn.
That's right. With when one's all it takes, the first one is actually the game winner. But it was we expected to see more scoring by Centennial. We expected to see a closer match and a bigger battle, but we'll take it. And Hobbs was just able to dominate from the beginning. I mean, they came out a little bit slow. As soon as they scored that first goal, they just lit. They were fire from that time on, and they had a great offensive first half. And then that second half was just all defense, just keeping Centennial from being able to mount any successful offense. They did amazing work offensively, defensively, and they deserve this victory, and they deserve to move on to play for that state championship, which they will get to do on Saturday.
Saturday at 5:30 is I'm trying to see if they've got the result of the Atrisco Heritage and La Cueva game.
Mm-hmm.
And I know La Cueva would want nothing more than another
a rematch.
shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're right. So we'll see. Just
I'm typing
I know
as
you're
fast as I can.
And they may or may not, if it's over, they may or may not have it posted yet, so not quite sure. But we'll take a look at that. And, of course, just congratulations to Coach, Reyes Marquez. Just a really great, I think, a great fit for this Hobbs team, a strong program for so many years at building that up, and then just the right talent coming in with the right coaching at the right time. And this has been a pleasure to watch these young men have such a fantastic season. They remain perfect, 22-0 now in the season. What a great achievement that is. Even before they set foot on the UNM Soccerplex pitch up there for that championship match, they've had a championship season, and what a great run. And now they're going to await to see who they face, which team. I don't know. I think Hobbs, maybe they would like to play La Cueva again too. I don't know, but whoever they play, Hobbs is going to be taking a lot of expectations and a lot on their shoulders when they go up there. And man, they're soaking it in. The team is over there in front of the fans who have been here for every match, who have gone on the road with them, who have supported this team, and really, really rooted them on to victory. And they're all just celebrating together and soaking it in. And that's what they deserve to do. It's a great sight.
Well, it certainly is. And the Hobbs Eagles, and there is no scoring update from the other matchup on the other side of the bracket. But yeah, absolutely. Coach Marquez, of course, longtime Lovington coach, went to, I believe, 5 straight state titles in Lovington. So now he goes to, I believe it's his 6th straight as a coach, and a chance to give Hobbs their first state championship in 25 years out on the soccer pitch.
Great job at the net as well today, and just all aspects of Hobbs game was firing in this match today. So congratulations again, and of course safe travels to Centennial, the team and their fans who came, and they've had a good season as well. They're a very solid team, and they came here with some expectations of trying to be spoilers and having their own Cinderella story, knocking off Hobbs and moving on, but it was not meant to be. Hobbs took care of business early and just played consistently throughout that match. Just some really, really great play by the Hobbs team. So again, congratulations and good luck in their championship hunt. Next step.
And the next up will be 5:30 on Saturday afternoon from the UNM Soccerplex up in Albuquerque. We are not going to be covering that game. We are not allowed to video stream at state championship events. The NMAA has a streaming service that will do that. So if you wish to pay that money, that is entirely up to you. Of course, we'll have a report on that game on Monday morning on Kicks 103 and KZOR, Cool 95.7. and Eagle 100.5. Next up, as we mentioned, for the Hobbs soccer boys, Saturday at UNM. Hobbs football will be in action Friday night from Rio Rancho
against
Cleveland High, a number 1 versus number 8 battle. Hobbs going to be looking to pull the upset in that one. So looking forward to that. You and I will be on
Right.
Lovington volleyball tomorrow, and then
Exactly.
Lovington football on Saturday.
And then Hobbs volleyball, the District 4 5A champs are awaiting the seeding this weekend to determine, who they will play and how their next step into the state tournament, the playoffs, the play-in volleyball match. Actually, they'll wait to see who they play and when that will be, but that will be next weekend in Albuquerque.
Yes, it will be. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one. Tonight's game has been brought to you under rights granted by the NMAA and purchased from the NMAA by Newalmark Broadcasting and Newalmark Digital Solutions. For Tiff and Evie back at One Radio Square, keeping an eye and an ear on everything. For Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Watson Stadium. Hobbs victorious tonight, 3-0, and will move on to the state championship game. Good night, everybody.